Hi folks, Peter from Dream Classic Restorers. A few years ago I decided I wanted to buy my dream car. So I went and bought a 1956 Ford Sunliner convertible. It was in mint condition. Same type of car my brother used to bring home on the weekends when I was 13. So I took it to a few shows and I started feeling guilty and a little bit left out because everybody wanted to talk about how they had rebuilt their cars and what they'd done to it and all this kind of stuff and where they get parts. And I couldn't talk about my car because I really didn't do anything about to it, and I didn't know anything about it except it looked beautiful. So I decided, well, I'm going to buy myself a rebuilder. My goal was to find one that ran, had a good frame, good floors, and the pillars were solid. So my brother and I decided, well, we'd head out west and see what was out there, because we were told that, you know, they didn't use salt in the roads way back then, and we might be able to find something that's worthwhile buying. Well, after 5,000 kilometers, here's what we came back home with. 1952 Ford F100 pickup. Same truck that I learned how to drive in. Very similar to it. I'll do a walk around for you. I'll get you here. Now we're going to go over to let's take a look at the truck first. Look at that little beauty. And she's solid as a rock, except for a few holes in the fenders. Yeah. So we'll go to the left rear fender first. As you can see, there's a few little dents. Not bad. Right here. But this is, see how solid that is. A little bit of rust there, which is typical of these trucks. But when I take the fender off, I'll be able to fix that up. Look at the running boards. They're like brand new. Cab corners are in great shape. No rust at all. The door, it's got a little bit of dent in it. Needs a mirror. If you look up on the trip rail here, yeah, there's a little damage there that I'll have to repair, I guess. And up on top there's two plugs, one on either side of the roof. I have no idea what they're there for. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to leave them there or take them out and fix the hole. Probably a lot easier just to leave them. So, I wanted to show you this here. See the door lock plug? There should be a key cylinder in there, but there's not. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So when I look inside, I took the inside panel off to see what it was like inside. And the lower hinge is part of the door frame. It's got a bit of rust right there, but once I get the door off, we'll be able to fix that quite nicely. He's got quite a dent there. I guess the guy was trying to get out. He maybe shoved his shoulder a bit too hard. Anyway, the door rubbers and the window tracks and that we can buy all online, so they all have to be replaced. And looking at the seat's in fairly good shape. A couple of little rips in it, but that can be repaired. Rocker panels, look at how solid that is. Yeah. Got the mold in there. And the floors, look how solid that floor is. A little bit of surface rust, but other than that, just nice, really solid. Yeah. And this thing here comes with an option. It's got a heater, which is rare, because that also came as an option. Needs a sun visor. Nope, not a sun visor. Well, I could do with a sun visor, but it needs a headliner. And the windows, they're You can see they're tinted. Front windows tinted, very good shape. That must have been put in later because I don't think they had tinted windows back then. And the back one is tinted, which I don't know whether I want to keep that tinted or not, because when you're looking through it, it's like looking in a mirror. We'll see. Now you notice on the steering column, what's missing? The signals. Back then, signals were an option. And if you wanted signals, you'd go to the dealer and you'd have to pay to put them on. So, yeah. But you can buy aftermarket ones now. I guess back then, this truck was probably on a farm somewhere and, never left the farm. So why put signals in it? If they had this signal, they'd use their hand or didn't use nothing. There's the wipers. Yeah. Starter. Lights. Choke. Throttle and key. And it's got a place for the radio right here. That panel comes right off. And the radio can go in there. I have to search for a radio, I think. Need some tunes. Okay, I forgot to show you this here. The gas tank. And it's got a toolbox right on top of the gas tank. Probably for the tire wrenches, if they had them back then. I don't know. Yeah. And it's got the light up there, interior light, which is, I don't know. Let's see if that works. Look at that thing shut. Once the rubbers are in there, it won't sound so tinny. So getting around to the front cowl, very, very solid, just mostly surface rust. As you can see, I went at it with a wire wheel, trying to remove it, and I was online, and one guy on there said how to remove rust is put some WD-40 on it and let it sit, and then use a wire wheel on it. So at the beginning, I didn't do that. I just used a wire wheel, and it was dusty. But then I said, okay, I'll take that guy's advice, and I got some WD-40 and sprayed on it. An hour later, I came back, put the wheel on it, and look at the job it did. Just took that rust, and there was no dust, which was excellent. Now, if you look here. See that body mount? It's got a new bolt in it. Then you look at the frame. That frame looks like brand new. So I've got a suspicion that this truck was taken right off the frame at one time. And it's got all new brakes, which is good. Somebody painted the motor, but didn't do a real good job on it. A lot of overspray, but I'll fix that. I may get my grandkids in here and do some painting on the motor for me. Good luck, right? Yeah, put a fuel pump on it, done some work on the carburetor. Now this is interesting. What's that? That is a curly cake stuffed in a hole. And I imagine this truck was out in his barn when I seen it, and he used that to keep the mice out of the holes, which is interesting. I guess that would work. And also the radiator. I've never seen a radiator with 4 hoses coming out of it. And I guess each hose would go to each side of one side of the engine and the other side. There's 2 on top and 2 on the bottom. I guess that's what they did back then. Now we get along, the rad support is nice shape. Yeah, I think somebody done something to that too, because probably when the one was off the frame. Yeah, and the grill, big old grill, solid, in good shape. Little dent here, which isn't bad. We can fix that. A bit of rust there on that panel. Take that and once I get all the grills on, I'll be taking everything right apart on this truck. Now, this was interesting. When I took the fender off, it almost took me a day to do it because everything was so rusted. Even though 2 weeks prior to starting to take the fender off, I had went in there with WD-40. But every bolt, when it broke, I was so happy because I didn't have to twist it all the way out. And probably about 75% of them broke. But then you came into here where you couldn't get no ratchet in, and you couldn't get in behind here. And when I did get in behind, the bolts and the heads would be all stripped and, but I got an idea. I got my Sawzall. And I was able to get in between the fender and this panel, and I cut it all. Well, you can see somewhere where it kind of scraped the side a wee bit, not bad. Cut the bolts out with aero relieved. I didn't know how I was going to get them out, but I would have done it, but didn't know how. You can see the gap in between the fenders here, so I had enough room, and I'll probably do the very same thing with this. Why struggle? Because the bolts are no good anyway. They're all rusted. I'll be putting new ones in. Now, this fender here is the worst of them all. It's got a big dent in it. It looks like somebody's got in behind there with a hammer and pounded everything all out. Probably stretched the middle all the heck. And I guess this fender, I guess they call it an extension. Yeah. Now, there's the rust. Not bad, very repairable. Wherever you see inside here where there's a bracket in there, and wherever there's a bracket on these trucks, any vehicle really, where there's a bracket, they're prone to rust because the dirt and sludge gets in there, and it's the last thing to dry out, and it rusts out. And when I take this off, when I'll cut all this out, you'll see that I'll be digging a lot of old dirt and stuff out from underneath it. Other than that, this fender's in pretty good shape. The hood here, hood molding's really good shape. Here I think I'm going to have to figure out what goes in there. It's got to be some kind of filler. I feel like it's like a Staples down inside here, but we'll see. There again, the running board, nice and solid. This fender's got a little bit of rust down in the bottom here, but there again, there's the bracket I was talking about. Inside it's a support bracket. Now, if you take a look at here, this door's got a key. Now, apparently what way this worked back in 1952 was when you get out of your truck, you locked the driver's door and came around and locked the passenger door. And when you wanted to get back in, you only got in the passenger door. Why that is, I don't know. I'm going to have to Google a little bit more and find out really why that was. Seemed pretty weird to me, but yeah, it's a lock. It does move somewhere. No, I did have it moving. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I guess that keeps the wind or the rain and stuff out. And this door, same thing. Needs some door rubbers. No big dent or a big shoulder hit it like the other door. Yeah. Cowl's in good shape. A little rust down there at the bottom of the hinge, the same thing. This floor, super condition too. No holes, just a little bit of surface rust. And the cab corner, excellent condition. Yeah. There's that plug up there. I don't know what I'm going to do with. Now, I haven't decided whether I'm going to leave it the patina, maybe put a coat of clear on it, or paint it. I don't know yet. I've got a few months to decide that one. Gas cap. And this door is pretty good shape. Really no dents on it. So we're going back to the back fender. Few dents. Not bad. a little bit here, but see here how solid those are. This metal is really thick metal. A little bit of rust there. Here we have the tailgate. Very good shape. A little bit of a dent there, but that's got the tailgate with the chain on it. It's seized right now. I got to put some WD-40 in there. You can see I'm going to buy a few cans of WD-40, and I'll probably end up taking them right off. Yeah, there's a couple of bolts there and a couple on the other side. And put new taillights on it. Anyway, the box is what really amazes me, is that it's never been really abused. Most truck beds, they've had things rolling around and banging it, and the front box panel is all dented and caved in. But this one here, it's got one little dent right there. Other than that, this box was never abused. Yeah. Yeah. It looks to me like somebody's had the fenders off too, because look at all those new bolts, which will be very, very easy to take off, I hope. There's the inner panels from the left fender. A lot of surface rust, but they are a little bit of WD-40 on those and the wire wheel, and they're pretty solid. Now this box, if you take a look here, usually they're all dented, like right in here. There's big dents poking out, but there's nothing, both sides. It's great shape. I was online and you can buy a brand new box for $3,000. I think I can fix this for a lot less than that. The fenders, each one's almost $1,000. By the time you pay the exchange, I'd probably be paying $1,100 a fender. I can do a lot of work for $1,100. Yeah. Now, so that's my truck. So I'm going to go in. I haven't started this truck in a little while. Let's go and see how she starts. Oh. Get in. There's the emergency brake. It works. You got to really pull up on it though, but it works. Now let's look at these. Keys in. It's in neutral. I don't want to put it through my garage door. Emergency brake is on. We're going to pull the choke out. Turn the key on. And pump it like crazy. Now I won't leave it running too long, if it runs, because it will smoke me out here. Here we go. Listen to that, eh? Push the choke in, and she just purrs. I gotta shut it out because it's gonna smoke me out. There you go. That was one of my main things. I wanted to have a running vehicle. So folks, that's it. I plan to fix this truck up over the next few months. Hopefully by next summer I'll be able to take her out and take her for a drive. All good new tires on it, nice trim rings. Yeah, they're not the old style tires, but they'll do. I may change them. Depends. So, I'll be working away on this truck for the next 6 months probably, and you guys stay tuned. Enter some comments in the comment box, and we'll see you next time I see you.